We're standing in one part of a new 10-acre exhibit that will open in Denver Zoo this year called Toyota Elephant Passage. There is no zoo exhibit experience like it anywhere in the world. It will feature Asian elephants, Indian rhinoceros, Malayan tapirs, and a number of other species that are highly endangered, and really is a place for us to tell the stories of the animals and the cultures where they come from, share the stories of conflicts between animals and people that are leading toward animals becoming endangered and people struggling to feed their families, and work that Denver Zoo staff and our partners are doing around the world to try to help people and thereby help animals and secure a future for both animals and people for a long time. Well, as a conservation organization, we decided that one of the things we needed to do is live our mission in terms of our business practices and make sure that our own operations set a model for operating with a lighter touch on our planet. And we realized that we needed to demonstrate that and be a good model. And we were doing lots of things to reduce our energy use and be more sustainable. One of the first things we did was attack our water use. And we cut our water use in half over a 7-year period, saving hundreds of thousands of dollars each year. But we realized we wanted to get more strategic and systematic in that process. So we created what's called an SMS, or a sustainable management system, that really is more rigorous in terms of identifying specific goals for a year, acting on those goals, measuring our success, and then providing feedback on how to make continuous improvement the next year. One of the key reasons we went to the SMS system is there were a few people in the institution who were really invested in being more sustainable, but we wanted to find a way to really spread it throughout the entire organization. And along the way, it became core to us because of some of the successes along the way. It also led to being very innovative. So one of the things we started doing when we were designing this exhibit that will open this June was say, how can we utilize the waste stream from our elephants and create energy from that? And that wasn't a new technology, but with some help from partners at the National Renewable Energy Lab here in Colorado, we were able to take a whole new path and develop a waste-to-energy system that will convert not only animal waste, but all of our guest trash and our own operational waste into energy here on property. And people throughout the institution got so excited about it and got invested in it, it's led to us being able to patent the process and look at the future and how we can share that with others. And it's created a real sense of pride. And it's something we've all had to change in our own behaviors, how we handle our waste, because you don't look at it as waste anymore, it's potential fuel, and telling that story to our guests. Yeah, for us, when we started on this path, we recognized there would be some upfront research and development costs, some initial investments. Luckily, we found some supporters in town that believed enough to let us try to support that initial effort. And over the full process, we are investing several $1 million in developing the system that we may recoup in terms of helping others use that system in the future. But we still felt it was the right thing for us to do because it tied to our mission. Over a long period of time, we'll be saving about $250,000 to $750,000 every year in our operating costs from energy consumption. That's money that we can put into other core mission activities, whether it's education, exhibits, conservation work here and around the world. And so that's exciting for our staff to see that the sustainable management system is translating into more dollars that they can apply to their core functions and their core projects. So everybody sees the benefit of that. We're following an international standard for sustainability, and it does have regular outside reviews, which we think strengthens our thinking. It's helpful to that process. We're proud of being the first zoo in North America to receive the international certification as ISO 14001 certified. But it wasn't developed with a zoo in mind. And so we certainly have looked at what are wise choices for us to make within those guidelines. And in some cases, we're finding that the International Standards Organization is considering changes so that more zoos can participate in the process. And it's the same thing when we have pursued LEED certification for this project. LEED was developed in mind with school buildings and offices, certainly not a large elephant facility. And we challenged ourselves. We could have taken one building and made it an easy process to get LEED certified. We said, let's take the entire 10-acre site of the exhibit, all the external exhibits, all the internal buildings, and challenge ourselves there. And we look like we'll get a platinum certification, which has never been done before, but it's really sharpened our thinking and how we can apply that in the future in other facilities and in our future exhibits as well as other facilities like us. When we were designing this project, we wanted to engage everyone in the process on our staff to get them excited at first about what we were doing and be informed with what we were doing so we weren't working in our little silos. And along the way we discovered there was a much greater benefit. We suddenly were getting creative ideas from everybody within the organization. So that's something that we've now built into our culture for future projects is every single staff person is going to be part of charrettes as we design and create future work that we're doing. And that's had a great impact on ownership for what we've developed. It also has really led to a lot of the innovative ideas that we've developed. They've come from all areas of the institution. I mean, I like to tell people that the core message of this exhibit came not from an educator, not from the director. It actually came from one of our keepers who works daily with the animals and said, this is the story we ought to be able to tell, is that you help animals by helping people. And that became the core storyline. So it came from a unique place. So we realized we want to focus, and we've actually made innovation a core value for the institution. And along the way, we've learned we have to modify some of the way we behave. We found some of our most creative staff were nervous about proposing an innovative idea for fear of failing. And so we've had to really emphasize and retrain ourselves that if you're willing to be innovative, it means you have to be willing to fail and screw up along the way. And we're learning slowly how to make that work within the culture. We've celebrated recently a few things that didn't work as a way to say, that was a great idea, what a wonderful thing, and maybe somebody else will be able to pick up on that idea and carry it farther along. That it doesn't mean it's gone forever, but it's something we've started that didn't succeed right now but might in the future.